7th, 14th, and 28th from 7 until 8 p.m. for an hour of Explorers Hoops Chat with Dr. John. The Dr. John Giannini radio show also airs live with your questions, calls, emails, and instant messages leading the discussion here on AM 1340 and around the world on GoExplorers.com. That's the Dr. John Giannini radio show airing January 10th and 24th and February 7th, 14th, and 28th. Live from the Ugly Moose in Manayunk and on the air here at AM 1340 WHAT and GoExplorers.com.
And we welcome you to the Explorer Halftime Report. Steve Degler back at Tom Goal Arena on the LaSalle campus in Philadelphia, where the Explorers trail the Townsend Tigers at the break 43-37. With great pleasure, we welcome back LaSalle's own Bill Raftery as our halftime guest. I know you're in town to do the Villanova-Temple game tomorrow, and must be nice to get a chance to see your alma mater in action up close and personal.
Yeah, it is nice. You know, we've been down here a couple of times in the fall, one for a golf tournament, and then we have the Meet the Coach Day. And John does a great job letting everybody know who the kids are in terms of background, personality, and I seldom get a chance other than on a DVD or preparing for another game. For example, Villanova, I watched that, and they played so well. And I'm sitting over here with Brother Mike, and the amazing thing about an effort like the Villanova game, it can go both ways. You can really rev up your season, or it takes a lot out of you. And obviously, as you noted off air, they struggled with a couple of teams that, you know, I think Ryder is very good, by the way. Bucknell I have not seen. I've just seen Ryder because of the MAC conference, you know. But you got to work yourself out of it. I mean, they got to get involved here. Defensively, they're not competing, but offensively, they seem to have found their stride, particularly late.
You're certainly one of the most well-known names and faces in college basketball. Wow. All the TV exposure you get. How important is it for you to use that to help LaSalle?
Well, you know, I love going here. You know, I've always been a fond admirer of the way they do things. And, you know, John in particular, I've gotten to know and respect. And when he got the job, I spoke to a couple of different people that had coached against him, and they just thought it was a perfect spot for him. And, you know, I'm delighted because of the way he represents this great university. But having said that, I think Brother Mike has a way of bringing a lot of people and making you feel a part of something. He has a great rapport with alumni, and it doesn't miss anything, which is great about him. I mean, he loves what he's doing, and I think it radiates him around the people that work here at LaSalle. So, you know, you hope they don't remember how I played, and maybe I could just fudge over that. And I get a big kick. I was doing a game, I think, when you played Oklahoma State, and I actually left the game thinking that LaSalle had won. Is it a crawl during our game? And found out the next day, by the way, I did, you know, traveling, running, and I guess it was overtime.
Double overtime.
They eventually lost. So, you know, they've been hanging around. You know, like I saw the Baylor game, too. You know, Baylor is very good, although they lost a couple recently out in Hawaii. But they're preseason top 15, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, it's just you got to win the ones that, you know, you really feel you can compete with. And then step up and bite people. So, but anyway, getting back to your question, there's a lot to like here. People like working here, and they're proud of the kids and what they've been able to do once they graduate. So, you know, like a lot of my pals who either play with me or went to school with us, we got together last night, reminiscing about the good old days, and there's a lot of great memories.
You see some of the elite programs in the country, and whether it's a North Carolina or Duke or Syracuse, Villanova, Georgetown, they get to repeat year after year. They have that established reputation. You saw George Mason for a year, Butler for a year. For a school like LaSalle, how tough is it to get to that upper level in college basketball?
You know, there's always a debate which is harder, to get there or stay there. And I think they're both hard. Because well, I shouldn't say that. I think they're both hard, but I think it's harder to get there. And the reason I say that, the haves don't step down. So, you know, you look at the Big East, everybody's thinking, well, St. John's is going to be better. They got juniors and seniors. Seton Hall, who lost to Temple down here, and Dayton in the same conference as LaSalle. A lot of those teams were anticipated to be becoming a factor, and now you look at the Big East and it filters out the same names, you know. Syracuse, Connecticut, Georgetown, Villanova. Like, they have not stepped down. So I think it's really hard to get yourself into the upper echelon of any conference. And the Atlantic 10 is very similar. You know how tough Xavier is, and Dayton, and, Temple down the road, Richmond. I mean, those are very good programs, and they've proven it against other conferences.
I know at one point you had an unbelievable schedule with the Nets and with college basketball. What's your schedule like right now, and are you slowing down at all? Do you want to take more time off?
I'm home more, which hurts our marriage.
I understand that perfectly.
I want to know where the mail is and who was that on the phone. And normally when I was doing the Nets, I did 139 games one year.
Wow.
And we had a great marriage, And now we're back to, fighting over silly things once in a while. Obviously, I'm only teasing, but the schedule now is usually 2 games a week, maybe 3, depending on my CBS weekend. So I'll do Monday, Wednesday, ESPN, Saturday or Sunday for CBS. But it's much different. It's maybe near 60 events versus that 100 and whatnot. So I think for preparation for college, it's a lot easier. You have a lot of time. And now with the advent of the DVDs, you can travel and get any dead time in the airport you almost like, because you can get a chance to get ready for the next opponent.
Is there anything like the NCAA tournament for you?
No, it's the only thing that might be close is the NBA Finals, and that's 7 games. So, but the one and done mentality of the NCAA, it's just. And you mentioned George Mason. There are a lot of great games, and that particular weekend when Mason made it to the Final Four, we did those games, Ron Lundquist and myself, and what that meant. It was in Washington, and. Carolina, Washington, Connecticut. They beat Michigan. I think they beat Michigan State, Carolina, and Connecticut to get there. Like, it wasn't like a day at the bakery. This was just a very, very tough assignment for them. But it is thrilling, no question about it. And it's an honor to do it. And I think everybody that does work in, from the production side to our side, you're just thrilled to be part of this magical ride that these great kids take you on.
Well, Bill, it's great of you to stop by. A pleasure meeting you. I've watched you for all these years.
Too.
Happy New Year. We'll keep watching you.
Well, I hope you have a lot of wins to announce to the public out there for LaSalle.
We hope so, too. Bill Raftery, our guest here at halftime. LaSalle is trailing Towson 43-37. Back with the stats in a moment on the LaSalle Basketball Radio Network.
Just as explorers are known for groundbreaking discoveries, Intern U has discovered a new, better way to bring companies, universities, and students together to improve the way you do business. Are you looking for work-effective, cost-effective technology support, help desk services, and software development? Do you need an alternative resource for your offshore projects? Intern U is redefining what internships mean for students and what interns mean for business. See what Intern U can do for you. Go internu.com.
Carfagno Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of LaSalle Basketball. We are family-owned and have been in business serving the community since 1981. We're located in nearby Plymouth Meeting, PA. If you're considering purchasing a new or pre-owned vehicle, we are your one-stop shopping headquarters. Whether you're in the market for a vehicle or just need service, we welcome you to stop by. You can schedule service and view our entire inventory online at www.carfagnochevy.com. So why not be like many other explorers and make your next vehicle a Carfagno Chevrolet? When you stop by, ask for Frank Carfagno or Craig Morin and mention LaSalle Basketball and receive a special gift just for stopping in.
NovaCare Rehabilitation is the Delaware Valley's leader in physical rehabilitation and occupational health, and the exclusive provider of athletic training services and rehabilitation to the explorers of LaSalle University. With more than 90 convenient locations in Philadelphia, South Jersey, and Delaware, NovaCare maximizes physical well-being in patients of all ages and abilities. Let NovaCare's team of professionals put you back in your game after surgery or an injury at work, home, auto, or play. When you're injured, think NovaCare first. For a center near you and a prompt appointment, call 800-770-NOVA or visit NovaCare.com.
Back on the Explorer Halftime Report, Steve Degler at Tom Goal Arena. The Explorers trailing Towson 43-37 here at halftime. The